What a single blood test revealed about lifespan. It was supposed to be routine. One vial of blood, one data point among thousands. But buried inside that sample was a signal that challenged how scientists thought lifespan could be predicted. For decades, longevity had been estimated through patterns, family history, lifestyle questionnaires, broad risk categories. Blood tests were used to diagnose disease, not to forecast how long a body might endure. To understand why this mattered, we need to step into the moment when researchers realized that aging might leave a measurable fingerprint long before symptoms appear. The study focused on midlife adults who appeared healthy by every conventional metric: normal weight, normal blood pressure, no chronic illness. Yet when researchers analyzed a specific combination of markers, a divide emerged. Two individuals of the same age could have radically different biological trajectories. One group showed signs of accelerated inflammatory activity. Repair signals were muted. Stress responses lingered longer than expected. The other group displayed balance. Inflammation rose and fell. Recovery markers activated efficiently. Their bodies resolved strain instead of carrying it forward. What shocked researchers was how early this divergence appeared. Decades before disease. Decades before visible decline. Lifespan was already being negotiated in silence. The single blood test did not predict exact years. It revealed direction, whether the body was aging toward resilience or toward fragility. And once that direction was seen, it became impossible to ignore, because it suggested that longevity is shaped far earlier than most people realize, long before anyone starts trying to live longer. As researchers tracked these individuals over time, the early signal proved stubbornly accurate. Those with unresolved inflammation experienced sharper health declines years later. Not immediately, not dramatically, but consistently. What mattered most was not the presence of stress, but how the body handled it. In resilient individuals, inflammatory spikes were followed by clear resolution. Repair pathways activated. Systems returned to baseline. In others, stress lingered. The signal never fully shut off. This distinction reframed how lifespan risk was understood. Aging was not simply the accumulation of insults. It was the accumulation of unfinished biological business. Each unresolved response added weight to the system. Lifestyle questionnaires failed to capture this nuance. Two people could report similar habits and look identical on the surface, but internally, their bodies were processing strain very differently. The blood test acted like a window into that hidden process. It showed whether the immune system knew how to stand down, whether recovery was efficient or incomplete, whether the body was practicing repair or postponing it. This also explained why some people decline rapidly after a single event: surgery, infection, emotional shock. Their systems were already burdened. The event did not cause collapse. It revealed it. The findings unsettled clinicians. It meant that prevention could not rely solely on visible health. Longevity was being shaped by processes most people never feel until it's too late. And this realization pushed the research toward a more uncomfortable question. If aging direction is set so early, how much agency do we really have to change it? The conflict emerges around control. If a single blood test can reveal aging direction decades in advance, it challenges the belief that longevity is fully adjustable later in life. Researchers wrestled with this implication. On one hand, early signals suggested fate, a trajectory already set. On the other, the markers themselves were dynamic. They change in response to environment, stress, and recovery. Direction was visible, but not fixed. What determined flexibility was not intensity of intervention, but timing. Bodies that regularly completed stress cycles retained the ability to reset. Those trapped in chronic activation lost that elasticity. Aging accelerated not because damage increased, but because recovery capacity shrank. This reframed prevention entirely. Longevity was less about dramatic corrections and more about maintaining resolution, allowing systems to fully stand down after challenge, preserving the ability to return to baseline. Modern life interfered with this process. Stress overlapped. Recovery was interrupted. The immune system stayed half alert. Over years, this half state became permanent. The blood test revealed this hidden erosion. It did not measure disease. It measured adaptability, whether the body still knew how to finish what it started. This created a new tension. Most health advice focuses on adding behaviors. Exercise more, eat better, sleep longer. But without structural change, these additions were layered onto systems that never fully recovered. The conflict, then, was not whether longevity could be influenced. It was whether modern life allowed the conditions necessary to do so. And without those conditions, even perfect habits might arrive too late. The climax of this story is the realization that lifespan is not predicted by a single moment, but by whether the body consistently resolves what life demands of it. That blood test did not reveal destiny. It revealed capacity, the ability to return to balance, to shut off alarms, to complete cycles of stress and repair before they harden into decline. The resolution is not fear, but clarity. Aging direction can change, but only if recovery is protected as fiercely as effort, if stress is allowed to end, if systems are given time to reset without interruption. Modern longevity culture often chases optimization, more data, more control, more intervention, but this discovery points elsewhere, toward simplicity, toward boundaries, toward lives that allow the body to finish its work. As science refines its tools, the message grows clearer. The most powerful predictors of lifespan are not dramatic events. They are quiet patterns repeated daily, unnoticed, unresolved. Because in the end, longevity is not extended by fighting time harder. It is extended by learning when to let the body rest, repair, and return to itself. So what do you think? Are we repeating the same mistake again?